Life will always present storms, but the question is, do you let the storm control you, or do you control yourself through it? Most people don't fail because of lack of opportunity. They fail because they lose control over their thoughts, their actions, and their emotions. If you want peace, if you want strength, if you want a destiny that is truly yours, you must first learn to take control of yourself. Number 1, your mind shapes your reality. Your mind is the workshop where your entire life is designed, shaped, and lived before it ever shows up in reality. The thoughts you allow to dominate your mind create the conditions in which you either flourish or struggle. If you constantly think of yourself as limited, weak, or incapable, then you will unconsciously create a life that reflects those beliefs. But when you begin to think in terms of possibility, strength, and resilience, you discover that your circumstances slowly begin to align with those higher patterns of thought. The mind is not a passive receiver of life. It is an active architect that builds the very reality you walk in every day. Think of how a gardener plants seeds. If the soil is rich and the seeds are good, the garden will flourish. But if the soil is poisoned with weeds and thorns, the growth will be choked and destroyed. Your mind works the same way. Every thought you plant has the potential to grow into action, habit, and eventually destiny. A mind filled with fear, doubt, and negativity can only produce a life marked by hesitation and disappointment. On the other hand, a mind filled with faith, courage, and vision will naturally give birth to confidence, perseverance, and achievement. The truth is that the external world mirrors the inner world. People often search for answers outside when the real transformation begins within. If you want to see progress in your career, harmony in your relationships, or peace in your spirit, the place to begin is with the quality of your thoughts. The mind shapes how you interpret challenges, how you see opportunities, and how you respond to setbacks. Once you begin to govern your thoughts with purpose, discipline, and positivity, you will realize that you are not a victim of chance, but a creator of change. Number 2, discipline is freedom. Discipline may sound like restriction to many, but in truth, it is the very path that leads to freedom. When you cultivate discipline, you remove the chains of laziness, distraction, and weakness that hold so many people captive. Without discipline, your emotions control you, your habits dictate you, and your desires push you in directions you never intended to go. But when you bring discipline into your life, you begin to control your own steps. You decide what to focus on, when to act, and how to keep yourself steady, no matter what storms are rising around you. That is not limitation, it is liberation, because it frees you from being a prisoner to chaos. Every great achievement in history, every person who rose from ordinary circumstances to extraordinary heights, did so on the foundation of discipline. Talent without discipline burns out, but discipline without talent still builds progress. The freedom to live the life you desire does not come by chance. It comes by choosing discipline daily. It allows you to say no to what weakens you and yes to what strengthens you. And in that choice lies the key to real freedom. Number 3, emotions are powerful but not the driver. Emotions are among the most powerful forces within us. They color our experiences, shape our memories, and give life its richness and meaning. Joy can make a simple moment unforgettable, while anger can turn a small problem into a storm. Emotions are gifts, but they were never meant to be the driver of your life. When emotions take control of your decisions, they often lead you down paths you never intended to walk. A sudden outburst of anger can break relationships that took years to build, while unchecked fear can prevent you from stepping into opportunities that could change your life. To live with wisdom and strength, you must learn to respect emotions without surrendering to them. Emotions should be like passengers in a car. They can speak, they can influence, they can warn, but they should never hold the steering wheel. When you place emotions in the driver's seat, your journey becomes unstable, unpredictable, and often destructive. But when your mind, values, and principles steer your life, your emotions can sit beside you, providing energy, passion, and vitality without leading you astray. The truth is, emotions gain their real power when you guide them with reason and self-control. Anger can be redirected into courage to stand up for what is right. Sadness can deepen your compassion for others. Joy can fuel your motivation to keep moving forward. Even fear, when controlled, can sharpen your awareness and prepare you for challenges. The difference between chaos and growth is whether you let emotions dictate your choices or whether you use them as tools to strengthen your path. Learning to acknowledge your feelings but not be ruled by them is one of the highest forms of self-mastery. Number 4, daily choices build your character. Character is not something that suddenly appears in a single moment of life. It is the product of countless small choices made day after day. The way you speak, the way you respond, the way you decide between right and wrong, all of these daily decisions quietly shape the kind of person you are becoming. Too often, people imagine that character is revealed only in great crises, but in truth, it is built in the hidden moments. The choice to be honest when no one is watching, the decision to work hard even when you could take the easy path, the act of showing kindness even when it is inconvenient, these are the bricks that construct the foundation of your character. Every day presents opportunities that may seem insignificant, yet they carry profound weight in shaping your future. Choosing discipline over comfort, choosing patience over anger, choosing gratitude over complaint, these little actions are like seeds planted into the soil of your soul. With time, they grow into habits, and those habits harden into your character. Just as a river carves through stone, not by force, but by persistence. Your daily choices carve your destiny not by grand gestures, but by steady repetition. The truth is, you cannot escape the influence of your choices. Each one leaves a mark. Each one either strengthens your character or weakens it. People often wait for a turning point in life to decide who they want to be, but the turning point is already here, hidden in the present decisions you make every single day. If you want to build a life of integrity, strength, and respect, you must begin with the small choices, because they are never small at all. They are the silent builders of your true self. Number 5, faith in yourself creates strength. Faith in yourself is the foundation upon which all inner strength is built. When you truly believe that you are capable, that you are equipped, and that you have within you the power to overcome, you unlock a force that no obstacle can completely silence. Without faith in yourself, even the smallest challenge feels like a mountain too high to climb. But with faith, even the largest mountains appear as opportunities to prove your endurance, courage, and resilience. This belief is not arrogance. It is confidence rooted in the understanding that you were created with the ability to grow, to learn, and to rise, no matter how heavy the burden may seem. Life has a way of testing your resolve. There will be moments where your path feels uncertain, your efforts seem unnoticed, and your progress appears slow. In those times, the strength to keep moving forward comes from the quiet conviction within your own heart that says, "I can." Faith in yourself does not guarantee immediate victory, but it guarantees persistence. It tells you that failure is not final, that setbacks are not the end, and that every difficulty can be turned into a stepping stone if you refuse to give up on yourself. When you nurture faith in yourself, you also develop resilience. You stop depending solely on external validation and begin to draw power from your own certainty. That shift allows you to face criticism without being crushed, to endure rejection without being defeated, and to confront fear without being paralyzed. Strength is not always loud or visible. It often lives quietly in the mind of a person who simply refuses to stop believing in their own potential. That faith becomes the anchor that holds you steady when the winds of doubt and adversity try to shake your foundation. Number 6, self-mastery leads to life mastery. Self-mastery is the highest form of control a person can achieve because it means you are no longer a slave to impulses, distractions, or destructive habits. When you master yourself, you master your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions, and in doing so, you gain mastery over the direction of your entire life. Most people spend their days trying to control circumstances, other people, or situations beyond their reach. But the truth is that real power comes from controlling what is within. Your mind, your choices, and your discipline are the only things you truly have authority over. And when you take charge of them, life begins to align in your favor. Self-mastery does not happen overnight. It is built slowly, through daily practice and deliberate effort. It means learning to pause before you react in anger, to choose patience when frustration rises, and to remain calm when chaos surrounds you. It means setting boundaries with yourself, not just with others, deciding what you will allow your mind to dwell on, how you will treat your body, and how you will invest your time. When you live with that kind of internal order, external disorder loses its grip on you. The world may be unpredictable, but your response becomes steady and grounded. Every great leader, every person who has left a legacy of wisdom or achievement, did so because they first conquered themselves. They disciplined their appetites, trained their minds, and chose principle over impulse. Self-mastery gives you clarity because you are not clouded by fleeting emotions or passing desires. It gives you strength because you are not weakened by inconsistency or lack of control. And ultimately, it gives you freedom because when you master yourself, nothing outside of you has the power to master your life. My friends, the greatest battle you will ever fight is not with the world outside, but with the self within. If you can win that battle, everything else becomes possible. Your mind, your discipline, your emotions, your choices, your faith, and your mastery over yourself. These are not just ideas. They are the tools that build a life of strength, peace, and fulfillment. Do not wait for life to hand you control. Take it by shaping who you are from the inside out. The destiny you desire begins the moment you decide to take control of yourself. And once you do, nothing can take that power away from you.